Is the swashbuckling animated western Rango worthy of the sheriff's badge? Or is this film about as much fun as watching a tumbleweed rolling across a prairie? Find out right now on Movieology. Today's episode is brought to you by the American Vision. For a chance to win a $20 gift certificate to American Vision's online store, be sure to like Movieology on Facebook, then post a comment to this video within 24 hours. American Vision has a vast array of phenomenal worldview-related books and DVDs available at AmericanVision.com. Welcome to Movieology, your ticket to engaging the spectacular world of film from the bedrock of biblical truth. I'm your host, Stuart Adams. You can catch Movieology here, and here, as well as here. I want to take a moment to thank you, the viewer, for all the love and support that you have given to Movieology. We literally cannot continue to do the show without you, so please keep watching, commenting, and sharing so that we can keep the reviews coming. In other news, keep an eye out for our new website, which will be launching soon. Rango is the story of an ordinary chameleon who winds up in the town of Dirt, a lawless outpost in the Wild West in desperate need of a new sheriff. After accidentally killing a hawk that has been terrorizing the town, the awkward chameleon assumes the persona of Rango, the toughest lizard in the West. Accepting the position as the town's new sheriff, Rango is thrown into a much bigger conflict that involves a menacing rattlesnake when water, the town's most valuable commodity, becomes scarce. Featuring the voice talents of Johnny Depp, Isla Fisher, and Abigail Breslin, Rango was directed by Gore Verbinski. Rango is one of those films that audiences will assume is targeted at children because of the cartoony animation. But let's be clear about this, Rango is not a kids' movie. Not only does it contain some scary moments of violence, coarse language, and subtle innuendo, but the themes and messages in the film will go right over most kids' heads, and they will quickly become bored with it after the novelty of the visuals has worn off. Speaking of the visuals, Rango has a fantastic visual style, and the animation is both unique and beautiful. Industrial Lights and Magic is the prominent special effects company in Hollywood, and they nailed it with this film's computer animation to the point of rivaling Pixar. Another unique thing about Rango is that director Gore Verbinski had the film's voice talent actually act out the scenes on a stage with props and costumes in order to generate a more natural acting experience. The approach was intended to make the performances more human than simply recording one or two voices at a time in a sound booth. I think the result accomplishes its goal and allows the actors' personalities to shine through in a very fun and engaging way. One thing that I found very disappointing about this movie is that Rango himself came off as completely unlikable. He lies about who he is and what he's accomplished, and the motivations for his actions later in the film exist only to maintain this deception. Yes, eventually the truth is made known, and it has consequences, but not before my disappointment had already reached a maximum. Another thing that bothered me was the narrating owl mariachi band that would continuously break the fourth wall. This occurs when a character is aware of the audience and communicates with them directly. This style of filmmaking can work well for comedies, but I see Rango as a drama with comedic elements, and constantly taking the viewer out of the story was distracting. Rango is littered with religious undertones and philosophical statements, so many in fact that I'm not going to be able to cover them all. From the very beginning of the film, characters are discussing metaphors themselves in the context of crossing the road of death to reach enlightenment on the other side. Later in the film, the townsfolk do what resembles a Native American rain dance in an apparent display of Indian mysticism. The worldview quickly changes when the animals assemble around a human-sized water spigot and hold up their water containers, waiting to receive the blessing of water. The imagery is made even more pronounced when the crossbars on the spigot's valve are rotated to erect a cross. The rest of the movie is riddled with mysticism and pantheism, including a scene involving prayers to an unknown being called the Spirit of the West. One prominent theme of the film is one of universalism, where it doesn't matter who or what you believe in as long as you have something to believe in. To delve into each instance of all these philosophies and worldviews would literally take hours, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Ultimately, Rango has a very independent film feel to it, which may turn some audiences off. To its credit, the movie is very unique and different. In a world where everything is a remix of something else, it is refreshing to see something that is wholly original, even if a little odd at times. I give Rango a rating of 3 stars out of 5. If you would like to talk about Rango in more detail, please visit our Facebook page or email us at info@movieology.tv. Until next time, I'm Stuart Adams. Thanks for watching. Is the swashbuckling animated western Rango worthy of the I wrote this. These are my words. I should be able to say them. So if it sounded really weird, that's why. For most kids' heads, and they will click quickly. Okay, we're going back to the beginning. Let me just say, this movie could have used a lot more gore and a lot less Verbinski.